wrinkles, sunspots, skin discoloration. Don't you wish you could just snap your fingers and make it all go away? There are various treatments out there, from creams to peels to microdermabrasion. Now, these treatments can take weeks, maybe months, to see results. Dr. Cameron Roxar is here to discuss a treatment to refresh and renew in just 15 minutes. Doctor, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Tanya.
Tell us a little bit about this procedure. It is a form of laser resurfacing, is that right?
Right. It's really a new, improved version of an idea called laser resurfacing, and the idea behind laser resurfacing is to try to create new skin through application of a laser. And how that's done is a laser is putting very zones of controlled laser damage into the skin, and that tricks the skin or the body to create new skin around it as it's repairing those zones of damage. That's the theory behind laser resurfacing.
But does it actually create damage?
You are controlling little tiny zones of laser damage, right? And so the body repairs that, and through this repair process, you create new skin that's healthier, that's that's wrinkle-free, less scarring, and so on and so forth. So the traditional idea of laser resurfacing with the traditional CO2 laser, which has been around for 20-25 years, was that let's peel off a whole layer of skin altogether, and so the body creates new skin. But that would involve the skin being raw for about 2 to 3 weeks as the body creates this new skin. And so you can imagine if you have raw skin for 2 to 3 weeks, there's risk of potentially bacterial infections, and as a result you can have a risk of scarring. And also the healing time would be so prolonged, on the order of weeks, and people may be red for 6 months afterwards.
Sounds painful too.
The idea behind fractional resurfacing with the Fraxel laser was, well, instead of resurfacing everything at once, let us think of resurfacing the skin gently and gradually over time by putting tiny zones of laser damage in the skin. These zones happen to be microscopic in nature, like tiny little microscopic needle dots created by the laser, and this is done over time, over a few sessions, and the advantages are that the skin is not raw, you're just a little bit of red and swollen instead of being raw. The healing time is a fraction of the healing time of traditional laser resurfacing, on the order of 2 or 3 days of just redness and swelling. And you get very similar results to traditional laser resurfacing.
And so each session lasts how long, and how long is the entire procedure?
Basically, the patient comes in, we usually apply a numbing cream for about an hour or so, and the treatment time takes about 15 to 20 minutes, after which you look like you've had a little sunburn.
Right.
You're red like you have a little sunburn, and you can resume really your normal activities. You can put makeup on that, you can wash your face normally.
No pain? A little sensitivity?
A little bit. It feels a little hot, for like maybe an hour afterwards, but really nothing else afterwards.
Right.
And so, so it's a very easy kind of procedure. It needs to be done a few sessions, and generally we talk about...
How much time in between the sessions?
Anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on what treating, and depending on the condition that we're treating. Patients may require anywhere from 2 to 5 sessions, let's say.
Total.
Okay. And so, the conditions that we can think of using lasers to resurface is anything that you can think of that requires new skin formation. So wrinkles, for example, you can tighten the skin up and get rid of wrinkles. If you have scars, whether it be scars from acne or whether it be surgical scars from a procedure or from an accident, whether it be melasma or mask of pregnancy, which is, a lot of women develop that after pregnancy or when they're on birth control pill, and that's pigmentation, or even things like stretch marks on off the face, you can actually resurface with this laser.
So you use it all over the body.
You can use it all over the body, and that's another advantage to this idea of fractional resurfacing with the Fraxel laser, because with the old lasers, we were not able to resurface off the face. We were only restricted to the face because the face has a better healing capacity. With this, we can treat any body surface area, whether it's arms, hands, whether it's stretch marks on the abdomen. And another nice application for this is for a lot of women as they age, their hands age as well. Their skin becomes thin and kind of veiny with brown spots, and hands is a nice area to also treat with this laser.
Does it work for elbows? Because they always say elbows are one of those things that give away the age.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, really, any body surface area that you want to improve the skin, you want to create new skin, you can use this laser safely.
And how long do the results last?
The results last for a few years because it's your own skin that's being created, your own new skin that's being created, so it lasts for a few years. One last thing that I should mention is that for people with skin of color, traditionally, patients who are darker skin, whether darker Asians, Indian, Hispanics, or African Americans, people always are wary of using lasers on them because they can run into pigmentary problems.
Right.
However, because of the idea of fractional resurfacing, this patient population can also be safely treated with this laser without any problems. Correct.
Now, how expensive is it? How much would the typical session be?
A typical session, it depends on the surface area that you're treating. If for a full face, it'll cost on the order of $1,000 or $1,200 per session.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
So it really depends on the surface area that's being treated.
Right. But if it lasts for a year or longer, a couple of years, you said maybe. Then, and so how long has this particular version of laser resurfacing been around?
This idea in my hands has been around since 2003. I did some of the early clinical work on this, on this laser system in 2003. There's been several updates throughout the years.
Right.
But, this idea of fractional resurfacing has really revolutionized the field of laser resurfacing.
And you don't consider a younger woman or older woman a better candidate for this?
It really doesn't matter. In my practice, I have, 18, 19-year-olds that may come to me for laser resurfacing because they've had bad acne and it's left them, scars on their face. And, I have 40, 50, 60-year-olds who may come to me because, they have sun damage and they have wrinkles and brown spots and so on and so forth. I should also mention that several studies in the past year or two have established that the use of this laser actually decreases the incidence of precancerous lesions as well as skin cancer.
Does it remove the lesions?
It removes precancerous lesions and it decreases the incidence, and that really makes a lot of sense because you're getting rid of old damaged skin and you're creating new skin which is healthier.
Fascinating. By creating a little bit of damage, you get rid of a lot of damage, right?
That's right.
Dr. Waksar, thank you so much. It sounds like a fantastic procedure, and you can find out more about this 15-minute procedure and others on our website. And you can follow ABC News Now on Facebook and Twitter. Just search ABC News Now.